I'm joined here with.
Daniel,
All right, what team do you represent?
UC Berkeley.
UC Berkeley. So, what events are you playing in for this tournament?
Doubles, singles, and teams.
Okay, so that's a lot.
Yeah.
Have you played doubles yet?
Yes.
How'd you do?
Lost.
Oh, to who?
UT Dallas.
Oh, I'm so sorry about that. Well, it's all good. It seems like you have a lot more other events going on for this year. So, best of luck for you there.
Thank you.
Do you have any strategies or anything to mentally prepare yourself?
I think we're pretty much just gonna play our best and do whatever we can to try and organize our teams to make sure that we have the best shot. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, best of luck, and I hope to see you in the tournament.
Cool. Thank you so much.
Name?
I'm Sean.
Sean from
Oh, sorry, from WashU.
From WashU, gotcha. So, I saw you up there earlier. You had a really, really good doubles match.
Oh yeah, we did. We played Cornell.
Yeah, great job.
Nathan and Tara, I think it was.
Gotcha. So, how did you guys do there? Like, what was your strategy to winning there?
I think against Tara we would serve side spin or heavy under because he was pretty nervous about that. And then against Nathan, it would be mixed between heavy under and dead.
Gotcha. How did you know to do this against your opponents against Cornell?
I think on average, like a lot of players struggle with dead shots, and especially a mixture between dead, heavy, and under, or dead, heavy, and like light. It's like generally very confusing. And then if you toss in long, then when they try to flip it, they then screw that up.
Gotcha. So it looks like you were definitely successful. You had another match afterwards?
Oh yeah, we played Texas Wesleyan.
Oh man, that's rough. How did you guys do?
We got killed.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
We were lucky to take him down last year, but we just didn't have a chance this year.
it's all good. Well, best of luck in the rest of your tournament. I believe you still have a lot more matches to go.
Yeah, thank you.
My name is Andy. I'm joined here with.
Adrian,
Terrence. What school are you guys from?
Western Ontario.
Yeah, Western University.
Gotcha. I just saw you guys over on the big table. How'd you guys do?
It was pretty good.
Yeah, we won 3-0, so it was a good match. I mean, first set was a little tight, but I think we loosened up overall and then felt a little better.
Nice. How'd you guys prepare for doubles?
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, so
That's
a good amount of practice, but I think first of all, just trying to find our own feeling first, and then playing some doubles, just getting the feeling of it, making sure we put the ball on the table and everything like that.
Gotcha. Do you know who you're playing up next?
Yeah, we know we're playing UChicago next, so I think it's going to be a pretty tough match, but we're just going to do our best, stay loose. Yeah, have fun.
Yeah, good. Well, you guys came from Western. That's a bit of a drive. Did you guys drive here?
So we first drove to Detroit, and then we flew from there to Minneapolis, and then we drove to here. So, yeah, trying to save money.
I'm impressed. Well, anyways, good luck with you guys on the big table, but hope to see you guys further in the competition.
Great. Have a great day.
All right, I'm joined here with
Lavanya,
from
UC Berkeley.
UC Berkeley. It's been a minute since I've seen
In
you.
a minute, yeah.
Yeah, you weren't here last year, right?
I wasn't.
What happened?
We didn't have enough women to have a women's team.
Oh no. Well, it's okay. Regardless, I'm glad to see you here this year. How'd you do in your last match?
I just won 3-1.
3-1. Congratulations. What was your strategy going in?
I think she's a really strong player from the past, so I already kind of knew her technique going into it. I think it was important to kind of play a little bit on the slower side just because she was really used to the more spinny and just more high quality balls.
Gotcha. Well, it looks like you have a long road ahead of you, so best of luck in your next matches, and hope to see you further on in the tournament.
Best of luck to you too.
20, 12, 10, 3, 2, 1. All right, thanks Andy and Joe. You're all done. No, we'll do it again later. All right, we're going to have our men's championship doubles semifinal coming out on table 2. We'll have Indiana versus Texas Wesleyan. Okay, our head umpire, Felipe Castaño. From Indiana, Sharon Elguedi and Gail Elguedi. From Texas Wesleyan, Sandra Silva, Eduardo Tomoike. Assistant umpire, Chilan. Go ahead and shake hands. Championship double semifinals number 2 on table 1, Western versus UCLA. Umpire is Coed, assisted by Leo Kai.
They are choosing black. Black. See, receive. Okay. Side. Okay. Who serves? Joyce. Right? Okay. Who receives? Joanna Song. Okay. Ladies, 2 minutes.
All right. Back here on table 1, 2024 NCTTA National Championships here at the University of Wisconsin Eau Claire. I'm Matt Hetherington, joined by Stephanie Shee for the women's doubles semi-final. We had to wait a little while. I'm not sure which team.
Western went the distance.
I think Western were out there playing Coed team. Coed or women? It was Coed team.
I don't know specifically, but it went the distance. 11-9 in the fifth doubles.
So it's the 2 versus the 3 seeds. Angie Tan and Joanna Sung in the navy blue on the far side, representing UCLA. Jai Nia and Joyce Shu in the purple, representing Western.
UCLA trying to get on the board.
As far as doubles combinations go, you'd have to give Joanna and Angie the upper hand here, but
on paper, yeah.
Slow start so far in the first game.
Well, Western is warm. They just came fresh off a match. I'm not sure who played, but they're primed for competition.
I think maybe, I think Joyce played, because I saw her practicing doubles with Terrence about, well, it was actually longer ago than I thought now.
What is time?
I was just going to say just before, but then I realized. So UCLA on the board. Okay, well, they're on our board now.
I think what Western needs to be ready for is a lot of extended rallies. The UCLA pair won't die easily. Clip the edge there.
That's interesting for me, coming from outside of the U.S. No, I have been here for a long, definitely longer
You're
than
basically American now.
Whoa, easy on. Definitely been in the U.S. for longer than I initially planned to be. But it was always interesting for me to see how many pairs of siblings there were playing table tennis in the US.
It's a family activity.
Like Joanna's sister Rachel obviously just qualified for the Paris Olympics. Angie's sister Emily is playing Major League. Also played the World Championships this year.
And
you have the Algettis over on table 2.
Yeah, and Trinity is one of our volunteers actually. I suppose for parents it's more efficient to just take the whole lot
to one spot, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, even through Lily's club there was Nishan and Sushant Labaka, then Siddhananda Naresh still playing.
And the Hughes themselves.
Yeah, there's just so many siblings playing.
Probably ambitious parents see siblings come out, they're like, oh, perfect, a tailor-made doubles team.
Not always the case. I played with my sister when we were juniors, and
it could definitely go either way.
They used to have a system in New Zealand where if you didn't have a partner, you could kind of put yourself in a partner acquired pool.
Interesting.
You would literally like tick the box for partner acquired, and after a while, my parents had to put in brackets after putting partner acquired, not for them to match us with each other. So it was.
Because I think the relationship is so close that you're not afraid to yell at each other.
I've seen. I feel like there's no middle ground with doubles. If you're playing with siblings, you either play really well together or it's a total disaster. And there's no like mediocre.
I'm an only child, so I can't relate, but that seems to make sense.
Well, first game goes to Western.
Western had a nice couple of...
Was that Angela on the camera?
Yes, Angela Guan is on camera 6.
Terrence Young on the bench.
Angela came as a volunteer for the first time last year and got her first taste of camera work. I believe also on table 1. So UCLA probably just needs to get in rhythm a bit. They've been sitting a while. Got a couple unlucky shots, but they'll come for them too.
Of course, the doubles events will finish tonight.
God willing.
They're finishing tonight. It's happening. I'm not sure of the exact schedule yet, but in theory, both finals should be here on table 1. We'll see how timing goes. Great corner placement there. I think the UCLA pair definitely need a bit of momentum here. That was a great play from Western. They kind of got bunched up in the corner, but just pushed it right down the white line of the table.
Unforced error there.
Yeah, tons of unforced errors from UCLA.
She looked like she was trying to do a little too much with that one.
Uncharacteristic amount, at least.
But doubles can get streaky. Rushed that one a little bit. Took a little too quick off the bounce.
I think between the unforced errors and just small pockets of
Bad luck.
slightly lucky points, they really need to shape up right now. And
Well, I mean, I think that serve receive was unfortunate because the receive popped up a little high, which set up the smack. So that may have been a winner regardless, but who's to say?
I can't imagine I feel like they would be under so much pressure. If they went down 2-0, I think they would really be at a much greater risk of potentially losing the match just because of the pressure. I feel like they have to win this game.
Yeah, coming down 3 straight is not easy.
Okay. Interesting, interesting point there. Good retrieve on the net ball.
We definitely have been seeing a lot of clipping of the net today. An interesting choice of chopping it there, but set up a nice highlight.
Yeah, I feel like they're setting the ball up well enough, just not executing that well. I mean, that was great placement.
Right, and that one again, I think just took it too quick off the bounce. It didn't quite hit the apex.
I feel like that ball to counter was like 3 times harder than the last ball. You can kind of get into situations like that where, you know, if somebody hits the ball really good quality at you, you counter with ease. But when you get an easy ball, you just not hitting your mark.
Right, it's almost like it's too tempting, and then you throw your own timing off. Right there, like there again, just had the whole side of the table open. All you had to do was get it over.
Safe.
Fortunate, but we'll take it.
11-9, tie up the match at 1 game each. Still best of 5 here in the women's doubles semifinal.
And there's your must win. So now it's down to a best of 2.
You mean 3?
Yes. You know, man, we've been here for like 12 hours.
It's okay. It took me a long time to process what I was thinking there.
Right.
It's like, wait, hold on, 2. It's okay. We've had some ditz moments during the day. We had round of 17 up on the score. That was a good one.
And 99 to 5.
99 to 5. It's all part of the fun. So I believe the winner of this will go to face Texas Wesleyan in the final. If they won against Berkeley. I actually didn't see what the outcome was. I think they won. I'm pretty sure Wesleyan won. Top seeds from Wesleyan. So, start of game 3 here at the University of Wisconsin-Eau Claire at the 2024 NCTTA Collegiate National Championships. Good support for the event from Visit Eau Claire and Pong Space. Also the United States Coast Guard and Yola, of course.
We have U Chicago against Texas Wesleyan.
Nice shot down the line there.
Another unforced error there. UCLA is going to have to clean that up if they're going to have a chance. I don't even know that I see the value in stepping around anyway, because it opens up with 2 right-handed partners. It's a risky shot because it opens up the entire other side, and you got to worry about running around your partner to get back into position.
Stepping around is very risky in doubles.
And especially when China's backhand is so good anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know that it's necessary. And likewise for Western.
Yeah, I mean, especially the women's players, they tend to anchor in the middle of the table a lot more than the men. So they play backhand across the middle third more as well. So as soon as you step around and then your partner's taking up the whole middle of the table,
right.
If they hit the next ball wide forehand, you have a bit of a marathon to get to the next ball.
Right.
Or you can run into your partner, which was about to happen just there.
Right, so if you're going to step around, location is really important. So if you're stepping around and you go cross court, it makes it much less likely that they go wide to your forehand. But it's a difficult shot to make.
Right now, the Western pair are just cruising through this third game. I think they've actually done a really good job of keeping Joanna and Angie out of position. We've seen Angie in particular generally playing outside, a lot of outside the body balls on the backhand. There's a great ball straight into the body of Joanna.
And that's generally the strategy with a same-handed pair. Just aim for wherever the other one was just standing.
It's a nice little connect and demonstrate there from you and them. 11-4, crushing game 3. Sings a little danger to the second seeds from UCLA.
But they did win on this half of the table for game 2, so it may just be that this sequence is more favorable for them. But let's see. And that's what makes doubles kind of interesting, because certain games can look lopsided, but it may just be because the person you're hitting to, or vice versa, the person who's hitting to you, is just not a good matchup. But the other way around could be more favorable to you. So if you can just gut it out and make it to the 5th game.
Yeah, yeah, and kind of a testament to that thought today. Out of the first 5 matches that we had on table 1, which were all doubles, 4 of them went to 5 games, because it was always 1-0, 1-1, 2-1, 2-2. So yeah, there are definitely swings back and forth with the changing of order at each end. Players serve to the opposite player that they served to in the last game.
And game 5 is always interesting, because when you switch receivers at 5 points, it's always to get that sequencing correct.
And now or never, really, for UCLA. If they don't pick things up here and not look back, then...
I mean, throughout, right, I think they've definitely had to clean up the unforced errors. And once they get Western out of position, I think they hit cleaner winners. But they got to stop doing that.
And also, like, a lot of the errors are to get them into the rally as well.
And there you go. You try to tie them up by just following the previous person.
You could see, this is what happens when footwork goes wrong in doubles.
And doubles is not really something that people practice.
Yeah. And also, I mean, here in the US,
right,
you don't have, I mean, in New Zealand, I grew up, every tournament that I went to had doubles events. In the US, I would say 95% of club tournaments don't have doubles. It's only really US Nationals, US Open, college.
It's just not a priority.
Yeah.
But when played well, doubles is really fun to watch, because the partners move so seamlessly together.
Yeah.
And they like actually practice these things. That was the shot she wanted. Just missed it. The backhand open is definitely the stronger shot for both UCLA players.
Yeah. Yeah, Angie in particular. The backhand, she really swings into it.
Right.
Which is unusual for a female player to swing that much on a backhand.
But at the same time, it's still very compact. Like, it doesn't feel out of control.
Right. Yeah, the follow through is not crazy.
Timeout called by UCLA.
Players go back to the bench. I think it's been interesting to see. I feel like Angie and Joanna haven't been troubled too much by Jai out on the table. Even though, I mean, she's hit some really good forehand shots, but from all of the rallies that we've seen, having short pips forehand, you don't really notice when you look at the pace, like the back and forth pace. She's out there serving with the inverted side. You could see there flipping the racket over. But once they get into the rallies, there's no pace disruption from the short pips. I think they're kind of just normal paced.
Right, and going back to what we were saying earlier in a previous match, not all short pips are the same.
Right, yeah.
So people playing with different types of short pips will come back to you very differently. And there's so many parameters, like how long the pips are, how thick the sponge is, how hard the sponge is, and they all create different shots coming back at you.
I mean, yeah, the height of the pips, the
Right.
width of the pips, the spacing between the pips.
Right.
Again, as always with table tennis, things a lot more complicated than they look.
Yes.
You just look at it and be like, oh, pips, nice.
And then once you get there and you feel it, you're like, oh, that's
Right.
what it
That's
is.
what it means, yeah. And funnily enough, like a lot of competitive players still don't understand. So it's an anomaly even to many table tennis players, even when they play the sport as well. Most of the players that don't like them constantly call for them to be banned.
Which is absurd.
Yeah.
So nobody home.
Clubs in
Take
it.
that.
They will definitely take it.
And the word is kinesiology. So we should grab one of their students to study some of the nuances and the movements.
Yeah, I couldn't even remember why you brought that up. No.
So I introduced syllables that are not actually in the word before.
Yeah. No, it made sense to me before. Because isn't KT tape like kinesthetic tape?
Yes.
Yeah. That's why I said KT before.
It's an interesting field.
Speaking of interesting, 3 match points for Western right now. The 3 seeds looking to knock out the 2nd seeds and get into that women's doubles final. And they do.
A little bit of luck, but you'll take it.
Solid performance from Jai Nye and Joyce Shu. They win in 4 games.
And upset the 2nd seed.
Upset the 2nd seeds. They will play the final of the women's doubles, which I'm sure will be the next match on here.
So we'll be right back.
I say I'm sure. I shall safely assume. But we'll be right back in a few minutes with a doubles match.
players. Let's have it. Let's hear it. Western, Texas Wesleyan. Go ahead. Toss. One side is red. One side's blue. Blue. Should be red. Red. Receive. So who's gonna? You on this side? Who's gonna serve first? So Joy's gonna serve. Who's gonna receive? Okay. So Joy serve to Joy. Warm up.
All right, it's time for the women's doubles final. Still best of 5 match here on table 1.
See if Western can keep building on their momentum from their last win.
I think they're going to have to take another big step up here. This is going to be a tough match. Jai Nye and Joyce Shu just upsetting the second seeds from UCLA here on table 1. Now they're up against the number 1 seeds from Texas Wesleyan, Jia Qi Lin and Jen Deng. Very tough pair to beat. They had a WTT feeder event earlier this year in Texas.
How was that?
And Jia Qi and Jen Deng won the women's doubles. So they've won an international event together. They're a very solid pair. Style matchup wise, they play together very, very well as well.
And they've played together for a few years now, so
Yeah.
that helps.
I think they've won the US Open together, as far as I remember. Yeah, I think they won the US Open 2021. Believe this is their final year playing college.
Yes, so eligibility is only 4 years for NCTTA athletes.
So the big difference between the UCLA pair that played in the semifinals and the Texas pair is execution level really high, technical precision really good. So they're not going to get as many unforced errors from these two.
And shot selection will be better.
Yeah.
Just put my foot in my mouth.
The shot selection was
I
good.
was going to say the shot.
The shot selection's good.
That was the correct.
Yeah.
That was the correct move. It just didn't go in. So Western put some spin on that one. Which against the pips is necessary.
It'll be interesting to see how Nia plays against Deng when they go pips on pips in the next game. Right now it's Joyce heading to pip side from Deng.
And even Deng's pips are very different. So again, on this topic of the...
Yeah, slower, a little bit more disruptive.
And it kind of knuckles in the air a bit, so that'll definitely mess with your timing if you're not paying attention.
Yeah, I mean, even a shot like that, it looks like it's topspin, but you can't block that ball back. Like, if that ball's coming deep on the table...
It's kind of dancing in the air and floating as it drops.
Yeah, you have to play topspin against that.
And you kind of have to lean in, because if you don't, you just swing, assuming a normal trajectory. You're just going to get air.
So, as we said earlier, well, as I said earlier, the doubles will end this evening. I have confirmation of that now. I have the other match card. The men's doubles final are on after this. That ball hit right near the back edge of the table.
Footwork wasn't quite there. When you're up by a bunch, it's easy to kind of take your foot off the gas a bit, and then you look up and oops.
I mean, it's not even intentional. Most of the time, it just happens.
Right, exactly.
Definitely seeing much quicker points than in the last match.
And I think Western had a missed opportunity there. They had a high forehand that she didn't do a whole lot with, and they paid for it. And that shot you just saw, it's tough to counter because there's not a whole lot of spin on it, but it comes over quick, and once it bounces, it starts to knuckle.
So both Chachi and Jen, senior year sports communications majors at Texas Wesleyan. Chachi originally from Sichuan, and Jen Deng from Hunan.
That's some spicy as heck food.
My favorite.
Good luck.
My favorite.
Absolutely not.
You know, I'll tell you one thing. I didn't like spicy food at all, really. I had no tolerance for spicy food until I went to Sichuan. And after I went there in 2015, by far my favorite food.
I think if I ever needed to lose 50 pounds, I could just go there because I wouldn't eat anything.
How are you going to lose 50 pounds?
It's an exaggeration.
I could lose 50 pounds.
And you can't see me anyway.
I can tell you how you lose 50 pounds if I get up and walk out of the commentary booth. Anyway. So Jai is first year science major from Surrey, Canada. Joyce is in her fourth year majoring in medical sciences. She's from Toronto.
Don't you mean Toronto?
Whatever.
Tomato, tomato?
Tomato, Toronto.
Game 2, practice Westman, serve, 0-0.
So yeah, let's see how this game plays out with the pips on pips.
That was kind of the perfect serve length there. She went for a flip, but it was just drifting long.
Oof. It was a nice idea, but unfortunately it came back.
It's the bane of all table tennis players, isn't it?
But that is the separator between different levels, is when you're ready actually for that next shot, when it's not like a total surprise that the ball came back.
Yeah, I think if I've learned anything from playing table tennis over the years is that playing nice shots is usually not enough.
Definitely not.
There you could hear that sharp sound from Nia with the short pips forehand.
So clearly this side is less favorable with the pips on pips action here. But yeah, at you know, sort of lower levels, you make a nice shot and you have the tendency to stare at it and admire it a little too long. Whereas, you know, as you get better, you're like, all right, you're actually ready for the next one.
There's a winner from Jai Nia.
Let's get that on replay.
Too fast for the replay. One-way traffic here in game two.
And what makes it a little bit awkward is that Nia's trying to receive it with her backhand, not on this particular occasion, but she's intentionally receiving it with the smooth side.
I think she should try and receive with the pips.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So I think
I would be doing like kind of float forehand flicks or like fades. They're not really positioned well to have the upper hand in a rally. You see like the serve and receive phases, and they're just, most of the time they're on the back foot in the beginning. Just because Texas Wesleyan much more decisive on serve return.
and they're ready to continue the rally after.
10-3, 7 game points. Texas Wesleyan. Women's doubles will be the first title offered here at the 2024 Collegiate National Championships. Wesleyan always love a gold medal.
They're always strong performers across categories every year. Always the team to beat. But to their credit, they put in the work.
Yeah, I mean, school has a great reputation for its table tennis program. How many colleges can say that?
Right, exactly, and they're very well coached.
Yeah, there's Dora on the bench, former U.S. national team coach and high performance director.
Yep, and a very nice person.
Many-time Romanian national champion as well. (11-5, 11-3).
Well, let's see if they can make some noise in this set. Unfortunately, the style matchup is just not really in Western's favor.
I think they've just got to go heavier. They've got to go heavier. If they're going to push long, push as hard as with as much pressure as you can. Try and get a softer opening. One thing I will say for this Texas Wesleyan pair, they're not power players.
They're not.
They have solid openings. They're good, very stable, but they're not going to hit through you. So if anything, I mean, if you're in the situation where you've lost the first 2 games 5-3, play heavy, get a softer opening, and really just try and get in there and be kind of more aggressive on the first shot.
2, 1.
I think it would be like almost a shock to them if the Wesleyan players were, and it also puts pressure on them to open with more quality as well.
That was actually a good shot there because the push from the pips came deader than I think Jachi was expecting, so it went flying. Her shot went flying. Not sure about that shot selection there. It's a pretty heavy push. And that's the thing with doubles. Once you serve, you definitely have to coordinate and like figure out what happens next, because you can't serve dead and then expect to push the next shot.
Apparently you can. I think there are certain situations where it's harder in doubles for sure, but also if players are receiving forehand in doubles, if it's short, if it serves short, I feel like not many of them flip in doubles unless they come around with the backhand. So if you're serving float short,
which is not a good idea against Den, because she'll come around with that backhand and smack it down the line.
it's possible. That was a good setup. They definitely had the angle.
Right. But I agree with you. For Western's strategy adjustment to put more spin, just because the way the Texas pair hits the ball,
Yeah, the first ball's soft. Like
And
that, like that ball. If that ball's going on the table, counter it. Like you've got to counter it.
and none of Texas shots are particularly spinny either.
Mm.
So you kind of just have to meet it.
Yeah, this is much better play from Western. Go for, yeah, they've got to go forward on the ball.
And I would challenge Deng's backhand if possible. Like just make her beat you with it.
I don't mind that, honestly. I think like sharper contact is only going to help them if they can execute well.
Nice slide receive there. But that service has just not been working this whole time, and they haven't really adjusted. Jachi has not really had any trouble with that serve and been able to do kind of what she wants. Push it, slide with it, whatever. And everything's working.
Yeah, I mean, Jachi Lin's such a steady player. She has a longer stroke, but it's not like big powerful. It's kind of a slow, spinny, lots of misdirects, especially when she's playing singles. 4 match points, I should say. 4 match points here in the women's doubles final. It's going to be the first gold medal of the weekend. What a good way to finish it with a chop from Jen Deng, and Texas Wesleyan win the women's doubles championship. Jiaqi Lin and Jen Deng from Texas Wesleyan 3-0, 11-5, 11-3, 11-6. College national champions in women's doubles. First gold medal on the board for the year for Texas Wesleyan. What a great match. very superior display of skill and execution and tactics there from the two Wesleyan players.
And we'll see if their men's doubles counterparts can repeat in the men's doubles finals coming up soon.
As far as I feel like they came second last year. I think I remember them coming second in the women's doubles. I think maybe Amy and Rachel won.
Yes.
So I know they really wanted to win this time, especially being, Joshie was saying it was her last year at least. I don't think she's finishing studying. Both of them are finishing studying, I guess next semester.
Yeah, the last year, your last year of eligibility playing is always a little more sentimental than the rest because it's like, it makes it real that you're almost finished with school and it's just sort of like another point in the passage of time.
That's really depressing, Steph.
I'm sorry.
Well, they can always come back and do commentary, right?
Yeah, they're studying sports communications, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Seems right up their alley. All right, we'll be back.
All right, before we bring the players out, let's all stand up, get a little energy. Come on, stand up, let's clap for these guys. Come on. Indiana, Texas Wesleyan. Both got championships in recent years. Very good players. Top-notch players in our country. Okay, take the court. Okay, our umpire is Jorge Venegas. From Indiana, we've got Sharon Alquetti and Gail Alquetti. From Texas Wesleyan, Jonathan McDonald, Santiago Montes Solarte. Assistant umpire, Ken Nick.
All right, the last match of our first evening here at the College National Championships. NCTTA season finale, if you will, at the University of Wisconsin Eau Claire. Supported by Visit Eau Claire, Pong Space, Yola, and the United States Coast Guard. Matt Hetherington, and stuck with me here in the booth for the last time today is Stephanie Shee.
It's been an honor.
So Indiana versus Texas Wesleyan here in the men's doubles final. Best of 5 match. It's Sharon and Gal Alguetti. I'm pretty sure have won the men's doubles title before. I'd be shocked if they haven't. I think 2022, I think.
Yes, in Round Rock.
And they're coming up against Texas Wesleyan, Santiago Solarte, who played previously for Wesleyan. I know he's played for them at least once before, maybe twice. He's playing with Jonathan McDonald, former Swedish under-21 national champion. He's a newcomer to Texas Wesleyan, along with Sonora Silva. So anytime, they've got a great recycling system in Wesleyan, I tell you right now. As soon as their players graduate, they just pick up new ones. Great program.
It's a testament to their excellent program.
Certainly one that other colleges could learn from. Freshman Jonathan McDonald, computer science, hometown, Stockholm, Sweden. And Salate is a senior, originally from Bogota, Colombia, studying or majoring in business. The Algettis, of course, at the University of Indiana. They took I believe, a gap year last year. I know they were doing internships in different places. I think Gal was in Thailand and Sharon might have been in Poland.
Wow.
Across the summer. Both of them, along with their brother Adar, who's a NCTTA alumni from Tenafly, New Jersey. And Sharon and Gal both graduate year, accounting major.
Tenafly also happens to be my hometown. So off the bat, what are we thinking for this match?
I mean, the Algettis are always really solid in their teamwork.
Yeah, chemistry is definitely there.
Chemistry is definitely there. Tactically, definitely there. I mean, semi-final, they played outstandingly against Sonora and Eduardo, also Texas Wesleyan team. 3-0, I think. Maybe 3-1. I think 3-0.
I think their styles are very different from each other, the two brothers, but they complement each other.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, even when you have two attacking players, anchor and attacker is like a really good combination, and Gal is like
he's
outstanding
up front,
anchor.
And he's very sticky.
Yeah.
You know, you're not going to get a whole lot by him, and Sharon can make these insane shots. Like, he digs them out from the floor. And from the other side of the net, you're like, how did he do that?
Yeah. I mean, I would say, like, at Sharon's height of how he's played so far up to now, we've seen him just play insane. I mean, I've seen him play at Westchester and beat just 2,700 player after 2,700 player.
And I think what it is, too, the point at which he takes the ball is so unusual that I think it throws people off. Because for most people can't take the ball that low and that late and put it over with so much quality.
Right. Yeah, I mean, you have kind of power and arc combined together, which is unusual. And also, it's very explosive. So it's, you know, inside-out shot is just as powerful as his linear shot.
And he's got a lot of control. I think the execution is key for him. Because he puts the ball where he wants to. He means to do what he's doing. So, you know, there are some players that take these monstrous shots and they just look like they're kind of guessing, but he does not.
Yeah, calculated. And McDonald is pretty quick over the table with his backhand. Not too powerful with the forehand, but he has long, kind of drawn-out shots, captures good angles. Really good at picking up the half-long ball.
I would say for Gal, his forehand is the hold. And you can kind of see in the way that he holds the racket and like his stroke, he almost looks like he's pushing.
Yeah.
As opposed to taking a full swing at it. So if there's a hole, that's where it is. But the thing about good doubles pairs is that you kind of help make up for each other's deficiencies.
That goes on the table. Still comfortable lead here for the Indiana duo. Algetties have been great for table tennis at the school. I think Indiana had ever been at a NCTTA Nationals.
Right. I don't think they were on the radar until.
10-5.
That was a nice shot there. No one was home. Ooh. You don't often see him miss a shot like that. I think he'd like to have that one back, but still a comfortable lead. Might have overswung on that one just a touch. And that's pretty emblematic of what you're going to get with the two of them.
I think decisive factor here is that Salate and McDonald are kind of matching Gull for pace. Like they're kind of playing around at Gull's pace, but Sharon's just going to blitz through them, I think, if they keep playing that pace.
Right. It's tough when you are being dictated the pace. So see if they can figure out a way to kind of take back some control.
Yeah, I mean, for a start, they need to stop Sharon from hitting firecrackers like that.
And that comes down to your own shot placement and your shot selection too.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is they're attacking into Gull, and Gull's kind of playing back slow, and they're not really in position for the next ball. It's a pretty impressive start there.
I mean, but McDonald's shot was a little predictable.
Yeah, he does tend to play cross court a lot, especially if you serve half long to him.
That was better because you made Sharon work a little harder for it, but the first receive hit it right into his wheelhouse.
Let's go, 0-2. Come on, hi. What's up? Hey.
Fooled him on that one. So I would say next round, if Gal serves the backhand again, McDonald might consider receiving with the backhand instead of his forehand, just to see what happens.
There's the backhand from McDonald.
Uh-oh. Hopefully there's no injury here. It looked like he took a little skip. It was a nice flip. Jammed him and couldn't get a quality shot off.
That's the timer alarm. Expedite. Gal trying to get him with the forehand counter there. Wesleyan doing a good job of getting Gal away from his backhand side. But Sharon just...
He's always there and he's ready, so you can't assume that anything you hit to him is a winner.
Let's go.
Because the setup was fine.
Yes, sir!
Took that one a little early.
Let's go.
And I think the push had less spin than he was anticipating. That was nice.
That was a weird round the net shot from Sharon.
He's done that more than once this match already, and like I was saying before, he does these things on purpose. Like, I don't think he's pulling stuff out from nowhere.
No, yeah. Well handled by the Wesleyan pair, that's for sure. Salate gets the step around in. McDonald clips the net.
A little bit lucky, but you'll take it. Take what you can get. Oh, that was a nice change of pace there. I don't think he was expecting Gal to do that.
Let's go. 5, 6.
But this side does seem to be slightly more favorable for Texas.
Yes, sir! Come on.
Couldn't quite get it out of the way fast enough. But I think when you're hitting the Gal, you really don't need to overhit it anyway. Because you're not gonna blow through his defense.
Yeah. Yeah, just heavy spin and good depth on the table as well. Gal gets in with the heavy, slow spin. Wesleyan clips the net on the way back. And Sharon saves it with, I don't know what we're going to call that shot. Let's just say it's a backhand.
Some funny English.
I think Sharon's counterattack's just too strong.
Yeah, if you're going to put shots to Sharon's forehand, they have to have more quality than that.
Gal trying to follow up with the backhand, doesn't hit the mark. But again, Sharon just...
If you can push Gal further off, because that's just not his game. It's easier said than done.
And yeah, it didn't really matter what Wesleyan did. If Sharon just got his hand on the ball, it's kind of, I mean, usually if you hit someone out of position and they get their racket on a ball, it kind of comes back slow and soft and they just return it on the table, but
somehow he manages to get his footwork there every time.
Yeah, his hand adjustments are really high level too.
So it's definitely a combination, I think, of fitness, hand-eye coordination, and just natural abilities. Because while there are some lucky shots, like the big ones that he's taking are not, I would not call them lucky. And if you look at his swing, it's very balanced. Like his center of gravity is balanced. So after he's completed his swing, he's not completely out of position. Like he's in a position where he can come back and be centered again and ready for the next one. Whereas there's some shots you'll see like people do a full 360 and then whoops.
So Wesleyan got a bit of a mountain to climb here. by 2 games. They have the gold medal in the bag for the women's doubles. I'm sure they'd love to come back and take the men's doubles title here too, but so far Indiana have been looking pretty strong out there. Sharon almost picking that up off the floor.
Right, he digs these shots out from like unbelievably low, and they come back with quality.
It's a bit more direct from McDonald.
It's like we were saying before, if you can push Gal out, that's their opportunity to take advantage.
I think
that's just not his style, sorry.
Yeah, no, you're right. I think Salate's just kind of fallen under the radar. I mean, he's definitely been contributing to points, but he hasn't really done anything that's kind of stood out. A lot of returning the ball on the table. Not quite keeping the ball tight enough.
Right, because on this side of the table, he's got the unfortunate task of giving Sharon the shot. And so his placement has to be strategic and with quality, but if not, Sharon's just going to do that.
Now it's better from Salate.
Trying to get a little too cute with that one.
Plenty of net breaks going down here in the match.
Seen lots of those today. It's a good get from Texas. Fooled him on that one. He made a lot of noise, but that serve was very much dead. We're taking time here.
Back to the bench. Bruno Dos Anjos Ventura.
Want to preserve this lead. So on that replay, you can kind of, it was a nice point, but you kind of get a little bit of a feeling that he kind of just stuck his hand out and it happened to go right to him. So you can't count on that every time.
McDonald covered so well on that point. I think a lot of them you can see Salate's kind of the last player to touch the ball before it opens into a topspin rally. I think the pushes are kind of just drifting a little half long.
Right.
Or if he gets a first topspin ball coming to him, he kind of just guides the ball back onto the table. I think he needs to be a bit more decisive. Because we've seen what McDonald can do. If he's in a good position, especially on the backhand side, if he has good balance and he's well positioned to kind of snap through the contact, then they have a good chance in these points. But Santiago Montes has got to be, that is exactly what he needs to do. Knowing that he has that kind of shot in the bag and that he's only using it now is kind of like.
It was a timely timeout then, I guess.
I mean, we've seen him play doubles before. And the guy can attack.
Right, I think he just needs to get out of his own head a little bit. and meet the moment here.
Ooh, perfect length on that. Hopefully he didn't break that, or I'm going to have to send him another one.
Or hurt himself.
Oh, that too. My bad. Yeah, these...
Because those edges are sharp, and that hurts.
Yeah, he definitely swung into it pretty quickly. I don't think he cut it. I think...
Well, we'll find out in a second, but
Yeah, I don't
hopefully.
think he cut it. Usually, you're much more at risk of cutting it when the ball's towards the corner. I've definitely seen some bad ones off the corner, but off the edge, maybe a bruise.
I guess it depends on how you get onto it, because those edges can be sharp, and he swung. Well,
He did swing pretty hard, yeah.
He kind of has one gear.
Yeah. The tough thing is, even after you bandage things up and you're like, okay, not too bad, no problem, it still has a really big impact on you.
Sure.
Like your feeling,
Sure.
or your ability to like tighten the grip on your racket.
And you know, if your hands sweat, like that bandage may just come off regardless. But yeah, it's definitely something extra there that isn't normally there, and if you can't kind of block it out of your mind.
It seems to look okay from here.
It's gonna have to ice that for sure.
Yeah, yeah, it's gonna bruise definitely.
But it was good shot placement. It was, you know, a good depth that it
Yeah.
fooled him.
The other difficult thing for him is if you take a swing like that against a half-long ball, then when the ball comes half-long again next time,
It makes you think a bit.
there's some potential for him to kind of take his foot off, play a little bit more tentatively, be a little bit more careful around the edge of the table.
Right. 'Cause many, many years ago, Zhang Yining, I'm pretty sure, like, broke a finger or her elbow, something. She put herself out of action for a very long time doing something similar.
So it looks Sharon's going to take injury timeout here. Players have 10 minutes with an injury timeout, up to 10 minutes, I should say. He will need it for sure. I mean, it's a very delicate spot for your hands, so that kind of shock and impact, and then the swelling that you get from that kind of shot.
Right. He may not feel it just yet, but he will in a few minutes.
Yeah, yeah, it's kind of tightness in the joint. So Algetti just...
Hopefully it's just a scrape and nothing structural.
Yeah.
Because if you can't close your hand on the racket, that's going to be a problem.
I think he seemed to have motion in his hand okay. I think it's just a matter of him shaking it off and probably I'd pop an ibuprofen at least, something. Yeah, I mean, even having a bandage on your hand,
Right.
that kind of stuff can affect you as well. Just the feeling of,
There's something there.
not skin, yeah.
And then, you know, involuntarily, you might kind of just like start toying with it, and then it takes your mind off of what you should be focusing on. So if focus and concentration starts to crack a little bit here,
just testing, just picking his paddle up there and testing how it feels in his hand.
and as cold as it sounds, it is an opportunity for Texas.
Yeah.
If you know he can't. Obviously, we hope physically he's okay, but if mentally it becomes a problem, a distraction, then it's certainly an opportunity for Texas. Wiggling fingers is good.
Yeah, it looks like he can at least bend the finger.
So it looks like it's the pinky. So I think he was going for an inside-out cross-court shot to the backhand side. Just misjudged the depth a teeny bit. But teeny bit is enough.
Yeah, my feeling is from here, I would kind of expect Wesleyan to finish this game out.
Yeah, I mean,
think
it's a test for for Texas too, to see if they can kind of hang in there and focus on their side as well.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when you see the other side, you know, your opponent in some sort of distress, it might, you know, take you out of your groove too.
Mm.
Because I've definitely
Yeah,
been
maybe they're going to feel guilty about playing half
Right.
long now.
Exactly. Like, I've definitely myself been in matches where, like, you know, the other person is a little
Like injure an ankle or something.
Right, and then
Yeah.
you're like, oh, you feel a little bad, and then oops, you just lost 6 straight points,
Right.
and then you kick yourself for
And
it.
they're showing, limping back to
Right,
the
and I'm
table,
like,
showing in your
you're,
face.
You're clearly fine. But by then, you know, you've already blown the lead, and it's too late. So they definitely need to hang in here.
Well, I know the Algetties are certainly, they're going to take as much time as they can here with the timeout, just to make sure that when Sharon wants, when he comes back to the table, he is going to want to make sure that he comes back full blast. I'm not sure which umpire is, I guess the assistant umpire is probably keeping time here for this injury timeout. You can see, yeah, he just clipped the edge of the table with the handle of his racket, which is where his pinky was. He went inside out, so turned it over, so he would have hit probably pinky first.
I didn't assemble these tables this time, but I can tell you for sure the tables that we used last year and the year before, those edges are like knives. So
You're welcome.
hopefully these are not as dangerous as those were.
No, of course not.
Made only by the best.
Yeah.
Obviously. Sometimes these long breaks can be tricky because like everyone's rhythm is now thrown off. So we'll see who can kind of pick back up where they left off.
All right, so
If I'm Texas, I give them that same ball. It's sort of like in baseball after you hit a guy or after you know.
these guys are trying to figure out who's serving. Who's serving?
This always happens in doubles matches.
Yeah. Who is serving? That is the question. I mean,
yeah, one of you guys serving to me, I think.
But yeah, if I'm Texas, I give them the exact same shot. Well, here, make it. It's like in baseball when you go high and inside and almost hit a guy.
yeah, this seems right. McDonald served to Gal. Gal received. And then Salate hit the half-long ball.
Tried to go up the line there, didn't quite get it.
Good forehand opening there from Montez.
Oops.
Oh, that clips the back edge.
Multiple game points here.
Right now, I think it's important, even if the Algetties can't win this game, they've got to push as many points as they can to try and get that momentum back before, if they do go into a fourth game, which is looking likely right now.
Well.
Apparently with an injured finger still has incredible touch. At least he knows he's far away from the table.
2 game points saved.
So that's kind of how I expected things to play out. I think they need to go back to the bench and kind of build up again from the start of the game. I think trailing 8-5 already when that happened. Definitely difficult to bounce back from. Wesleyan did a great job of refocusing after that Indiana injury timeout.
I mean, usually when you're down by a few points, you don't take big shots like that because your priority is to get back in it. But I think the payoff, if he had made that shot, would have been a winner.
Yeah, I mean, they got to their 2-0 lead from him hitting shots like that.
Right.
So can't stop, won't stop.
But if you find a winning strategy, you shouldn't deviate from it. There's no reason to until your opponent proves to you that you need to do something else. And so I think we had said that this side is slightly more favorable for Texas. So let's see what they can manage on this game. That was a nice shot. And again, he digs it out so late.
McDonald was kind of dropping that half long towards the corner, so no mercy.
Well, like I said, I would give him the same exact shot. And so I think this game is starting off exactly how you had said, you wanted to see Indiana start it off, like reassert dominance. A little too early on that one. Took it right off the bounce.
It's certainly good to see him taking those shots. Good to see him playing the opening against the half-long ball, so showing he's not afraid to go for that shot. That at least sends a message to the Wesleyan guys. Hey, if you push half-long, I'm still going to attack.
But you can see that the timing is off a little bit, so I wonder if, just it's unconsciously affecting his swing, the mechanics.
Yeah, I mean, the good news for him is that he has one whole game to figure it out rather than being 8-5 down. Yes, sir! So see him slow down there with the backhand.
And Texas has already used their timeout, so they have no margin anymore. Kind of fooled McDonald with that one. It's kind of half long. It's like, do I hit it? Do I not? And then, oops, it's under the net.
Yeah, I mean, I think he has a habit of picking that ball up quite late when it rolls over the side.
The problem with that one is a little bit soft, the serve was, so there was no energy to kind of ball it.
Big backhand from McDonald. Great tight play from Montez. Good angle into the backhand. You could see both of the Algettis actually off that corner. Left the table open.
Huh. Fooled him again on that one. Now you can see his footwork is a little bit confused.
Let's go.
Looks like he just misjudged the depth on it. A little bit of a soft opening for Gal. Didn't have quite the juice that Texas was expecting and dumped that in the net. A little bit lucky there, but again, if you're the beneficiary of it, you take it. That was nice shot placement.
Straight down the line from Gal Algredi. 8-4. Algredi's from Indiana in the lead.
Let's go, let's go.
Just 3 points from their medal.
Come on, allez, so, allez. Let's go.
That was a nice counter. Because for sure, Sharon's backhand is less threatening than the forehand. So if you're ready for it, you can do a little bit more with it than if Sharon were to open with the forehand.
Just clips the edge. Montez did a really good job of returning that first attack.
Right, but I think the
Still
root
kind of standing upright though.
and the root problem was that serve return was not ideal. It kind of set Solarte up for a difficult point there. See, it's tough to be down this many points because you want to play safe, but you can't play that safe. Because you're just going to get hit.
Four match points. Indiana University. Two Algredi brothers in their last year of college nationals. Men's doubles champions. Sharon and Gal Algredi win 3-1 over Texas Wesleyan.
Had a little bit of a scare, but came out on top. Hopefully he's okay for the rest of the tournament.
Yeah, still got to get that all sorted out before the co-ed team event in the singles. But certainly a great doubles display from the two brothers from Indiana University. And we end the night with our doubles champions crown, Texas Wesleyan, Jiaqi Lin and Jen Deng in the women's. And now Indiana University with the two Algedis claiming the men's doubles crown. We'll be back tomorrow with more table tennis, co-ed and women's team events, and I believe the start of the singles qualifications later in the day. But from me, Matt Hetherington, and from Stephanie Shee, good night
Buenos
from us.
nachos.
Yeah.